Welcome to Cakes Around the World, Africa edition. We're your hosts, Maddie,
Lisa,
Beth,
Raiden.
Today we will be cooking up the history of Africa.
Here we have our cake, the continent of Africa. Egypt was one of the river valley civilizations ruled by a pharaoh. They were advanced in math, science, and architecture like the pyramids. The Egyptians were polytheistic and worshipped their ruler as a god. In the classical period, climate change in the Sahara caused the Bantu to migrate south. Bantu became the dominant ethnic and language group of the sub-Saharan Africa. Bantu were matrilineal, unlike any other civilizations of the time. Kingdoms of Kush and Axum grew during this time period as well. During the post-classical period, Bantu founded the Swahili city-states and became part of trade in the Indian Ocean. Zimbabwe dominated Central Africa from the 9th to 16th centuries. Trans-Saharan trade networks traded gold, salt, and ivory, as well as assist the rise of Islam in Sudanic states. Songhai Empire emerged as one of the largest African empires at the end of the classical
early
period.
modern era, slave trade emerged in Africa as part of the triangular trade route. In this trade route, Africans were sent to the Americas to work on sugar plantations.
Mom, can you fold these?
I'm not your slave!
The journey to the Americas was called the Middle Passage, and the conditions that slaves were subjected to were terrible. Competitions between rival kingdoms led to wars, and eventually the sample kingdom of Ashanti located on the Gold Coast. The Ashanti people were members of the Akan clan and was divided into 20 small states. Slaves made up 2/3 of the Ashanti's trade. Also created during this time period was the kingdoms of Congo and the Dutch Cape Colony. Later, in 1807, acts to abolish slavery began by William Wilberforce.
Slavery? That's horrible! In the start of the modern era, 14 European countries met by the invitation of Otto von Bismarck to discuss the division of Africa.
I'm ready to eat!
No, I want this piece.
Take into consideration the tribes and cultures that already lived there. Colonization began in 1652. European countries took advantage of African commodities such as diamonds and gold. This caused the Boer Wars to occur from 1899 to 1902. Egypt was invaded by Napoleon. Later, Muhammad Ali modernized Egypt. They built the Suez Canal and sent raw materials to England. This led to nationalism.
Wait, we have to put our cake back.
How are we supposed to put it back together?
Finally, we will talk about Africa during the contemporary era. During the end of World War I, South Africa and Egypt were the only free areas. In Egypt, Gamal Nasser overthrew the king and made a republic, nationalizing industries. After this, areas north of the Sahara began to have a sense of nationalism and tried to unite, but it was difficult because how the British split them up, not taking into consideration the cultures and religion. During this fight for decolonization, Kwame Nkrumah united the Gold Coast, creating Ghana. Also, a problem between Tutsi and Hutu led to the Hutu to kill thousands while the refugees fled to Zaire. Some of the other ways Africa decolonized were Algerians fought with France, Kenya negotiated their constitution with Great Britain, and Angola, Belgium, and Congo overthrew colonial government. Finally, in South Africa, apartheid limited blacks in their work. Nelson Mandela was not going to let this happen and used Gandhi's teachings to eventually become the first free president in open election.